Hey guys! So I decided to do another mukbang. You guys should be able to hopefully see me correctly this time. I have my little rendezvous set up. So I have sausages, cucumbers. I've never done it with cucumbers, so this is my first time. I got king crab again. I like snow crabs, but I don't feel like they have enough meat. And I have like brown shrimp. Yeah, so today, because I feel like having a conversation. Oh, and I have my butter sauce. I made it real spicy because my behind thought I was putting in the paprika, and I was putting in the red peppers, the ground red pepper. Oh, and I have eggs, and bought by myself. So I'm hoping I'm looking at y'all because I can't even remember where my camera's at, but where the little thing is to look, but it's all right. But there was something that I've been thinking about that's been weighing on me. And it's, have you ever been in a situation where, I think everyone has, where you wanted a void filled and you thought it was a good idea to fill that void? Now, in my case, I filled that void with another person. But other people, they fill their voids with other things. It can range from things as drastic as drugs and alcohol to, I don't know, reading and self-help books and writing poetry. But that's good. It's spicy. Spicy. Yeah. But I'm in a situation, so while I was separated, I was by myself, and as I mentioned before, I'm not really good at being alone. I try and it doesn't work. And I had met someone, but not with that intent. It was more so we were cool, chilling, hanging out, vibing, but that was about it. And eventually it became something more. It became that friends with benefit situation. And I think the problem is rather, he wasn't looking for anything. I wasn't looking for anything. You know what I mean? It's like there was no way I wanted to look for anything. Like, I'm just getting out of something. So the last thing I want to do is get wrapped up into looking for something else. But when you're around someone for so long, they're in your space. They're in your physical space. They're in your mental space. They're in every aspect of your energy. And for me, that's where the problem started. I wanted so bad for that void to be filled that I let it be okay to fill it with something that may have not had a future. Now, I don't like to say what could be in years to come. So I don't want to say that he won't be around, but I will say that he shouldn't have been around at the time that he was around, because I couldn't allow myself to heal from anything. And he told me he wasn't looking for anything. Right? He didn't want a relationship. And that was fine, but I was doing things for him eventually as if we were in a relationship. So me being a female, because a lot of us do this, we start to create this relationship in our head. No matter whether it's good or bad for us, we create this relationship in our head, and then we get upset with the outcome. Now, He's told me he loved me. In love with me? No. Am I in love with him? No. But we love each other. And sometimes when he said it, I'm like, do you love me? Love me? Like, or do you love what I'm doing for you? And when we've had those kind of conversations, it's always become an argument. You know? And it's like, I'm not trying to make you out to be a bad person. But I don't know, it becomes a blame game, you know, with each other, and we don't take what's the word? It's like right there. Responsibility for our part. You know that saying, I don't think I'm gonna say it right, but when someone shows you who they are, believe them. And he's not a bad person. To me, he's not a bad person. He was honest. He told me what it was. And I heard him. You know, I was like, whatever. Cool, whatever. But as time went on, it's kind of like, I forgot, so to speak, what he told me. So now it's become an issue on certain things, and it's like, I'm not his girl. Like, I'm not his woman. He's not my man. He doesn't owe me that. But I've allowed myself into this situation where it's like, I feel like he does. Why you don't text me like I text you? Why you don't care like I care? Why you can't do for me like I do for you? How are we friends? Like, how is that? Because my friends that I have, we do for each other in different ways. So you start to look at things in that aspect. And this isn't only for, you know, women. Guys go through it too. They just don't talk about it. That one person that they probably met, and it was the same. And I think it's a part of us just wanting to have someone there. And I think that's why we get stuck into those situations where it's like, they're telling us who they are. They're telling us what they want. And we're not, ooh, it's hot. We're not listening to them. And then we wonder why we get hurt. Oh boy, that spice went down the wrong pipe. Oh, it's hot. Like, it's hot in heat, which I love, but it's hot in spice too, which I also love. But whoo. But yeah, my problem has always been with men or guys in general, and for me it's always because of it stemmed from self-esteem. So being able to have someone look at me and actually want me feels good. And it's scary to think that, okay, I'm by myself. Will I ever oh, I'm dying, y'all. Oh, hold on. That thing that went down the wrong pipe. I love water. But yeah. Being alone scares me. Because I've always been afraid that someone's not going to want me. And I've always accepted what came because of that fear. And right now I'm on a journey and trying to love who I am, appreciate the person that I am. And it's hard. It's not easy. And sometimes I find myself like getting really down. I'll be in deep thought. And, yeah, I find myself being really down in my head, being deep thought, and it's like that's when those negative thoughts come. That's when those negative thoughts start. And if you're going through the same thing, whether you're male or female, I know it's difficult to believe that you're worth it. It's hard to believe that, especially when you don't feel that way. And I feel like in those situations, whether it's a guy or a girl that's telling you like this is not what they want, I think in some situations they're ready for something. It just may not be you. And that's something also that I had to think about. Like, he's ready for something. It's just not me. And every time I try to break away, it's like something that's there. I don't know, it presents itself as it's like the situation presents itself like an angel of light, so to speak. Like, you know what it is, but you start telling yourself, I got this. I'm gonna step away. I'm finally gonna say no. And I'm finally not gonna answer that call. I'm finally not gonna respond to that text. I'm finally not going to text. And it's just something that gives you this false hope. And what do? What do we do? What do I do? Text, hey, what are you doing? Or you text something. For me, I'll text like my emotions because I know it's gonna get a response. It aggravates him when I do that. So I know he's gonna be like, "Why are you so mushy? Stop being mushy." And I know that's gonna be the start to us conversating, because eventually he's gonna be like, "I want to see you." And in other instances, it could just be, you call that person, let me post a picture for them to see, because I know they're gonna see it, so then they're gonna call me. Like, we do that to ourselves. And I don't want to say it's sad, because I think it's just human nature. I'm gonna take all the meat out of there. To want to be wanted, to want to be looked at as desirable. I mean, is that a bad thing? Like, what do y'all think? Like, is that a bad thing to want that? And people, they try to hide behind these hard exteriors and they try to call people, oh, they stupid. Why you keep going back? Why you deal with them? Why you do so much for them? But they be stuck in relationships doing the same thing. You know what I mean? They stuck in these situations worse than the one you in, doing the same thing, but then turn around and be like, that wouldn't be me. Got me messed up. It ain't gonna be me. And you looking at them like, but it is you. We in the same boat. Same boat. And you have your friend, like, you know, it's I don't even say that, but like my friends, typically the ones that I would talk to about the situation, they're the type of friend that's like, you happy, I'm happy. If you sad, I'm sad. I'ma ride with you till the wheels fall off. As long as they don't put hands on you, you happy, I'm happy. You know, that's cool. But I think sometimes you need somebody to wake you up out of that nightmare or out of that dream you keep allowing yourself to go into. You know, to me, it's kind of like like Freddy Krueger. You know, he hunts your dreams. You gotta sleep. Like you have to sleep. But when you see them in the movies, it's like they fighting not to go to sleep. And then I feel like when it comes to these situations, it's like we fighting not to give in, you know. We fighting not to put ourselves second, put ourselves last. We fighting to be like, no. Just and there's plenty of times that we gonna just end up falling asleep and be fighting our way out of that nightmare or out of that you know, situation. And it's like, I forgot I had lemon, y'all. I was sitting there looking at it too. Oh, good. Oh, okay. I'm back. I promise, I'm back. Ooh, that thing didn't even come out. But what was I saying? Oh, it's like we fighting to get out of it's like we just fighting to love ourselves. Why is it so hard? Why is it so hard just to look at yourself and love who you're looking at? Why is that one of the most difficult things to do? Now, I didn't grow up in an emotional household. Like my mom tells me all the time I'm the reason she was like, you know, huggy. My mom is not that way at all. My dad is not that way at all. I've always been that way. I don't know why. I've always been that way. Like, it's awkward for me when I am like that with family, especially since I'm not used to being that way with my family. So at least not all of them. Maybe certain people, but not all of them. Like my sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. My daughter called me. They with their dad. And she videoed me, and they videoed me like 3,000 times a day. I'm like, spend time with your father. You're gonna see me. I'll be there. Spend time with daddy, please. It's like you ask about him all day, but you don't want to You don't want to just, be in his face, which is strange, but whatever. But anyway, like I was saying, so my younger brother, the one that passed, we were like, the two empath, touchy-feely of the household for the most part. Everybody else was not at all. My grandmother wasn't even touchy-feely. She wasn't emotional. She didn't show emotion either. So when you don't grow up with that, you look for it. And I don't think people realize that. And it's like, when you don't grow up with things like that, you search for that. Because you want to know how that feels. Now, don't get me wrong. I know my parents love me. But it wasn't that, I want to say show love, basically. Where they tell you every 5 seconds they love you. Like what I do with my kids. I'm very touchy-feely with my children. Very like huggy, kissing on them, tell them I love them, look them in their face and be like, you're beautiful, you're handsome. Like that. That's how I am with my children. And it's because I didn't get that growing up. Like, excuse me, I know they love me, and I know my parents would do anything for me because they've shown that. But it's like, I didn't want my kids to go through not experiencing that, if that makes sense. So I feel like when you're not raised in a household to show emotion, it could become difficult to show emotion to other people. And if you are someone who does show emotion and you're in a household where people don't show emotion in the way that you expect them to, you go out looking for it. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I honestly feel like it really depends on where you look. I think if you look in the right place or if you look the right way, I don't see an issue. But when you do it for the reasons I've done it, that's what leads to heartbreak. That's what leads people, people, they don't understand how someone, now, I've never gotten this way. I've never felt this way. And I hope I never, ever get this way. But you ever heard of people or know somebody who has committed suicide or who has committed murder because of someone that they were so in love with? And you always, everyone get that response like, what? Why? And you gotta really look at it. It's like, that person may have experienced a love they never had before. Or that they never felt before. So in their minds, there is no other love. Because they don't have anything else positive to compare it to. It'd be different if they was with somebody who wasn't showing them much affection, especially if that's what they're used to, then okay. But they have this love that to them is a once-in-a-lifetime love that they feel they may never experience with anyone else. So when that person decides to break away from them for whatever reason, they shut down. And I think that's why therapy, I haven't been in 2 months. I haven't been to my therapist, all because, one, I'm on furlough and I don't have any benefits to be able to go see her, and it's not cheap. But I think also that's not even a reason. I won't even say that, because I can go, if I think I've allowed myself to talk myself into saying I can't afford it. I can afford it. I think I've just I had a moment where I shut down at one point and was just like, no, I don't want to talk to nobody. Like I don't want to hear anything that anyone has to say. I don't let me feel numb for a little bit. That's what my thought process was. Like I want to feel numb right now because I feel like I'm in limbo. You know, it's like I feel like I'm stuck in this cycle and I've been trying to work my way out of it for as long as I can remember. So when I feel like I'm just on, it's like a hamster that they're on that wheel. It ain't going nowhere. It's going in the same direction. It never turns. It never changes. It just keeps going. And it's like, when you feel like that, no matter how much you try, it's hard to snap out of that mental, you know? And for me, I can be okay. But then it's like, this is so good. This is the best sauce I've made yet. All I use 3 sticks of butter, onions. I got the pre-chopped sliced onions, minced garlic, like 3 spoons, 2 packs of sazon, red pepper, paprika, some like vegetable and herb seasoning, and obey. And then I boiled the crab legs in crab oil. That has nothing to do with the butter, but that's what I did. But yeah, I wanted to say that before I forgot. But if anybody is going through something like that, I really hope that you find healing. I hope that you know that you are worth it. That you owe it to yourself, not to anybody else. Even if you have kids, you owe it to you because your kids look to you. My children, they look to me. I don't owe that to them. I owe that to me. I have 2 daughters. I owe it to myself to be better because they're watching me. You know, they may follow my lead in certain things. And that's the one part of my life I don't want them to follow. It's my decision making when it comes to men, when it comes to sex. You know, and even if you're a male, you know, men go through things too. You know, men, they just don't say it much. They hide it. And it's like, because you have to put on this facade because you're supposed to be so strong. You know, it doesn't make you weak to show emotion. At all. To me, when men show emotion, I think it's a strength that they don't know they have. To be vulnerable. I have had guys in my life, whether they were family, friends, or someone I was talking to, just break down and cry in front of me. For me, that does something to me. A man breaking down and crying, you seeing tears, like, it's like, okay, I gotta be strong for them right now. Because then I'm gonna break down because I'm looking at them break down. But I think it's also one of the most beautiful things. And I know that sounds crazy. But when you can see a man show that kind of raw, real, I'm talking about real. I ain't talking about faking. I'm talking about that real, raw emotion, I don't know, it's just something about that, you know. And then you have men that just like, I can't cry. I don't cry. What you mean you don't cry? Everybody cries. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with feeling like you got your heart broke. At all. It's nothing wrong with showing that either. That it is perfectly okay. And I think with men, it's like, you got to forget what society says you're supposed to be. And you don't have to put on this facade. Trust me, a real woman, she's not going to look at you as weak because you break down, because you go through things, because you show emotion. But whether male or female, I need you to know that you are worth diamonds. Even if you don't feel it, even if right now you're like, whatever, you know, even if right now you're like, yeah, okay, easy for you to say, oh, trust me, it's not. It's not. I can motivate somebody else all day long, but I gotta fight the person I look at in that mirror every day just to motivate her. Every day. And that hurts. You know, that for me is like, it's like, why is it so hard for me to tell myself that you're worth it, you're beautiful, you know? And I think for me, that's why I try not to, but I've been a lot better with it. I don't pay attention to someone's quote unquote flaws. Where most people may look at someone's flaws like big feet, big ears, and stuff like that. That is not the makeup of that person. That's the physical makeup. But that's not who they are. And until people can get past all the superficial bullcrap that they feel other people are supposed to have, and then when they look in the mirror, it's like they don't see that they may possess the same flaws that they feel someone else has. Until people can get past that, always gonna be stuck. You're always gonna be stuck. Always. You know, we gotta be able to surround ourselves with people that are good for us. And it is difficult, you know. Everybody's not supposed to go with us. Everyone has a job. Okay. Now, whether they know that they have a job in your life. I have a job in someone's life. Someone has a job in my life. Some people are lessons. Some people are blessings. You know, some people are only there as a teaching moment for us. And some people are there to help push us into our season. And some people are going to always be there because they're supposed to be with us while we're in our season. So everyone has a job. It's just up to us to fire the ones that no longer what's the right way to say? I don't want to say, I guess, have a need in our lives. Yeah, no longer have a need in our lives. Just, yeah, I get pretty much just basically what it is. But we have to be able to identify that. And that's where I'm right now in my life. Is identifying who really is supposed to be there and who's not. You know, and I think I've always been told, you always be trying to find the good in people. That's when you get hurt. If I continue to pay attention to the negative aspect of someone, it to me, it makes no sense. You have to be willing to find the good in somebody. Yeah, some people, this is no good in them. It is what it is. So some people, it's just not. It's not. And typically those are the ones that are really, really toxic, and they know they no good, but they know you're not gonna leave. But I think my issue is I've always been attracted to people I feel like I need to heal, if that makes sense. You know, I've always been in situationships, rather, or even relationships with someone who's broken. And not to be, you know, not to say that in a bad way, but I'm sure there's guys that have been with me because they feel like certain aspects of me are broken. And to me, when I say broken, I mean emotionally. And I think that's why we get into these situationships, knowing what was told to us in the beginning, but it's like we see something in them that for some reason we feel we're the ones that need to fix. We're not a mechanic. We ain't God. I know I can't fix what's broken inside of you. You can't fix what's broken inside of me. That's up to us. That's up to me to fix, and that's up to you to fix. But it's like, well, maybe if this person could see that I'm willing to be with them while they're broken, they'll be willing to be with me while I'm broken. What? And it sounds crazy, don't it? But we do it all the time. We do it all the time. All the time. All the time. We do it all the time. And you probably mess with somebody like, I ain't broken. I'm good. Really? Okay. If you say so. But you out here doing stuff that you know don't make sense. And you ain't broken. You may not be broken in the aspect you think I'm saying that you broken in. But something going on. And that's not just men. It's also women. You know? It's like we have this attitude like ain't nothing wrong with us. No, it's something wrong with you. Nah, it's something wrong with you. Nah, it's something wrong with both of us, boo. Let's get real. Let's just get real. You know, we're attracted. Like everyone was like, I don't understand. You know, and I said the same thing to myself. Why am I always attracted to the same type of men? Why? Or it'll be a situation where I've had a good guy come along. I ain't keep him around. And you know why? As I got older, I realized why. Today is one of them days, y'all. And I almost died 3 times. My dog barking in the background. And she normally don't. But I have them in the bathroom because they try to eat my food. But it's like I would turn away the good guys because I felt like I wasn't worth it. He's too good for me. He loved me too much. Oh, he's so sweet. I ain't the one you need. And I'm pretty sure that if I would have not done that to myself, certain relationships that I was in would have blossomed into something very beautiful. And certain guys I would have never dealt with, and certain guys I would have just said, yeah, I'm worth it. I'm going to take that chance. But I had to tell myself, it's like I'm attracted to guys that I feel like I'm supposed to help fix. And then it's like, dang, I just want him to want me, you know? I just want to be the one he wants. And it's like, you weren't the one he wanted when y'all started. Now, don't get me wrong. There's situationships that do turn into beautiful relationships. But how long before it becomes that? And that's not everybody. It's not. Like, let's just be real. It's not everybody. Everybody is not going to have that. It is everyone's situation. Most people going to have the typical situation. It's a situationship that ain't supposed to be going anywhere. And they just holding on to something that ain't even there. For whatever they reason. You know, and it's like, until we, and now that I know part of the reason of why, it's probably majority of the reason, to be honest, of why I go through what I go through. I'm trying not to choke y'all, so I'm sorry if I just stop talking. That thing's spicy. Spicy. It's like, now it's about, okay, you've identified the issue. You've identified the reason. What you gonna do about it? Are you going to ignore it? Oh, look at that, y'all. Are you going to ignore it? Or are you going to start taking the right course of action to not put yourself in the same situations you've been putting yourself in? And that's what I'm fighting with now. You know, is learning to just be like, and I've said it to him before. I was like, you know, you told me this, but it's like, when I do that, he'll be like, I'm around you too because I want to be. Are you really though? So and I think that, to me, that for me, that's that angel of like, is making that situation look like it's impossible. You know, and you know, like, it's just, and then when you know in reality, it's like, we gotta separate from each other. Why is it so hard for me to not to talk to you and you not to talk to me? In that aspect, too many men and women on this earth for us to be stuck on each other, especially if we ain't go nowhere. You know what I mean? But that's all I wanted to talk about with you guys. Like, it's been weighing on me, and it's something I think about all the time, and I normally don't talk to many people about it, and the ones I have, I don't bug them about it anymore. I don't want to be a bother. You know, it's like, I guess I get to a space where I'm just trying to figure it out myself. And I know that's not good. It's not okay. It's not okay at all to do. But I'm trying. Oh, y'all don't kill me. I got like 4 different napkins. But what's you guys' opinions on it? You know, like, why do you feel we allowed? Do you feel it's the same? Do you feel that it's because of how we feel about ourselves? Do you feel it's about something else? Like, what's your intake on it? I would love to know your opinion. But yeah. Ooh. You know what I did with this time? I started my crabs and my sauce around the same time. It took me 20-30 minutes to do my sauce. So I'm still trying to buy Be-Love sauce. The mild is up there. I just don't want mild. But I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just get the mild and then add my own spice to it. Because obviously spicy ain't going to be on sale no time soon. Because everybody and their mama buying it like it's dang on going out of style. But yeah. I hope you guys are having a good Monday. Hold on, let me get some more in. I really do. Whew. Ooh, I'm getting full. This is my lunch. I worked out yesterday. I had oatmeal and tea for breakfast, seafood for lunch. Probably just gonna eat some oatmeal for dinner. Probably. This bad boy hurt. This crab has like a bunch of the little prickly thingies. Jeez. The last one I had didn't have this many pricklies. You know what I want? I want to try Dungeness crab. I've never had it before. I gotta go to a seafood spot because I get my seafood from Publix. Because I don't buy too much different stuff. They didn't have mussels. I love mussels and clams. Well, they had like the little baby clams, but I'm good on that. I didn't want to do that. And I didn't want to have to cook a bunch anyway. Oh, Lord, come on. That mess hurt. Jeez. Come. Come on. Ow! Stop fighting me. Come on. Oh, Lord. I just want the meat. I just want the meat. Came out crumbly, but it is what it is. I ain't even doing that. I ain't worried about fighting with that goddamn crab. I'll touch my fingers on. I ain't really. I should have never got the shrimp because I wasn't even in the mood for shrimp. But I was like, you know what? I'll just get it. But I really wasn't in the mood for shrimp or sausage. I don't know why I got it. But my daughter will eat it. She's going to be mad at me, though. Because this time I'm actually eating all the crab. The last time... Well, I got a whole nother king crab in there. I might make it later. But for them, not for me. They're going to be home tonight. So... Come on. Come on. Ooh. Ooh. Y'all, my fingers. My fingers. Goodness. Come on. Oh, that mess hurt. And it's the last one. It's that. I call it a thumb. That's what it reminds me of. Because all the other ones be looking the same way. Except for this claw. This one don't look like everything else. At all. So I gotta get a glove for this to even be able to get it off. Come on. Come on. Come on. I think I'm gonna keep that in my sauce from now on. Because that sauce was good. Spicy, but it's good. You know, I bought the stuff. What is it? The crab, the stuff you can grab your seafood with. Sitting right in the drawer. Ain't even take it out. I'm like, what's the point of me buying that if I wasn't gonna use it? Come on. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. But. So I'm on this weight loss journey, y'all. And this time I'm actually taking it serious. My biggest issue is what I eat. So probably won't be doing too many mukbangs that have a lot of, you know, when I do this, I typically just do seafood or I do steak and stuff. So ain't nothing wrong with that. Or at least, you know, too much of something good is bad, I guess you could say. Them onions taste so good. So good. They really do. There's a bird outside my window. I was trying to figure out what the heck that noise was. Just a whistling away. Oh. Ow! Come on. I feel like there's more meat in there that I didn't grab. Oh, we fight. Come. I know it's something in here. Ooh. Come on. Come on. Trying to get it. Where's it at? Yeah, there you go. There you go. Oh, that was good. That was so good. And that cucumber, that's where it's at. But you guys, I've enjoyed talking to y'all. I really have. There's no more onions, y'all. Oh, the last one. Oh, and chicken broth. I know I was missing out. I did put some chicken broth in it this time. I'm glad I did too. It just heightened the flavor. Yeah. But you guys enjoy your week. Me and my kids are gonna play a game sometime this week. So I'll post us playing that game. They're gonna be pretty fun. Something different. You know what I mean? Hopefully I enjoy it. But you guys, I'm about to go. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. All of it. Bye.